Okay, I hope everybody can see the little guy with the magnifying glass over the red review word there. Okay, today we have a bidding review, folks. I hope that you have your thinking caps on. I tried to put a big variety in here. This is a repeat, and I can remember putting this together. I tried to put as big a variety as possible in here, and that includes the levels too. There may be some hands that are harder to bid than others. So let's get started with the number one. These are East and West hands. West is on the left, East is on the right. West opens two hearts. And you can see that East has a pretty good hand over here, except that he does not have help at all in hearts. What should he do? Anybody have a thought?
Pass.
Pass.
Should he pass? He has a good hand with a good suit, and he only has a singleton in his partner's suit, and his partner may have only 6 points. Don't I need to help my partner out here? Try to get him off this horse, so to speak?
No.
Aha, why not? What's the
He
reason?
doesn't have another story to tell.
Don't run an ambulance service for him. He's got, he's got 6 hearts. He may not have any spades.
This is
So
true. He might not.
you're not helping your situation any.
What is the rule about East 2 spade bid? Can West pass 2 spades? He
Yes.
cannot.
Oh, no, he can't. No.
Cannot pass. 2 spades is a forcing bid. And East's hand has 11 high card, and this is a great hand. I'm opening this 1 spade all day long. But I'm not the opener. My partner opened, and he has announced a hand with fewer than 10 high card points in it. Now, he preempted in the first seat, so his suit ought to be at least decent. And he may have 9 or 10 points. I don't know. There's a pretty wide range for opening a week 2. And I don't even quite have opening. So in order to force my partner to the 3 level, or to try to find a fit in spades, we're going to play something at the 3 level, and it's liable to be 3 hearts, because if partner doesn't have spade support, he's just going to rebid his suit, and we're going to be a level higher. So running the ambulance service turned out not to be running an ambulance service, didn't it? So in this case, 2 spades is forcing. And the East hand isn't good enough to force a week 2 opener to bid again. So yeah, he'd like to play spades, but not today, I'm afraid. He just has to pass and say, good luck, partner. I hope you can make it. So anybody have any questions about that one? Remember, when responder has not previously passed any bid of a new suit, even if the opener preempted is forcing 1 round, that means the responder needs to have better than a minimum opening hand to force that, because you're going to end up, when your partner has preempted, there's a high likelihood that you're going to end up 1 level higher at least if the responder bids. Okay, let's try here number 2. This hand is an example of something that I've said when people ask me the question about bidding slams when there's a 1 no trump opening, particularly in a minor suit. West opens a no trump. What should East do here? Well, first off, how many points does he have? He has 11 high card points, right? So we know we're going to play at least in game, don't we? The question is, which game are we going to play?
We've got a no trump in the chat.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Rick.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 no trump is suggested in the chat.
Okay, well, that seems reasonable. Three no trump is certainly within the realm of possibility, isn't it? What's the thing that I care about if I'm sitting east about the west hand? I'm really only interested in one thing if I'm holding that east hand, and that is, partner, how many aces do you have over there? I have a feeling that you must have several because I have three kings and you've announced 15 to 17 high card points. It's hard for me to imagine that you don't have at least a couple of aces over there. How do I find out how many aces he has?
Four no trump.
You can use four clubs.
Four
Yeah.
clubs.
Four clubs is absolutely correct. Four no trump is a quantitative slam invite. Four no trump or any form of black only used when there's been suit agreement. Do we have suit agreement here? We do not, do we? So four no trump will not get you the answer you're after. Here, I'm interested in playing a diamond slam. That's in looking at this hand to me, this has slam potential all over it to me. And so all I really care about is, gee, partner, do you have two aces? Might you have three? And I'm going to bid four clubs. And what does West respond? Gerber is used here.
Oh.
What is his response?
No trump.
Four no trump, exactly right. That says, I have three aces. Now, when I hear that sitting east, I look at my hand and I say, well, I don't know which ace he has. It'd sure be nice if he had the ace of diamonds, but I really am not too worried about it. I'm going to bid six diamonds. Note that six no trump will make, but since I don't know which aces my partner has, and I have a stiff spade, I'm worried about the opponents being able to run spades. So in this instance, I'm going to bid six diamonds. Do I care if the no trump opener is exposed on the board? Absolutely not. It doesn't matter on this hand at all. So, you know, if you really want to get cute, you can transfer to diamonds, however you do that. But if you do it and then you bid four clubs, remember Gerber has to be a jump. And when you haven't agreed a suit, then you can't use four no trump unless you and your partner have the agreement that, hey, I've transferred to diamonds. And if you don't have a way to bid the gap and do all these other weird things to let partner know whether or not he likes diamonds, it's just so much easier to put four clubs down on the table. You can try to finagle it so that your hand is the dummy, but you don't have to reinvent the wheels here.
Four diamond. Oh, four clubs.
Four clubs, yeah, to bid four clubs. I'm sorry, I may have said the wrong thing, but when I pick up this hand and my partner opens a no trump, I start seeing signs, you know, flashing signs, diamond slam everywhere. If my partner only shows me two aces, I can stop in five diamonds. That's the nice thing about using four clubs over a no trump opening. It enables you to stop in five of the minor here. So when you don't have suit agreement and you need to know how many aces your partner opened a no trump, Gerber is the bid that I use. I have used Gerber maybe 5 times in my whole wide life because you just don't you don't get this situation very often, do you? But people often ask me, well, when do you use Gerber? This is the instance when I would use Gerber, and just virtually the only one. Remember, bidding four clubs or four diamonds over a three no trump bid is not Gerber. Four clubs, or you never pull three no trump to four of a minor out of weakness. That always indicates interest in the slam and the minor suit. So Gerber is always a jump if it's not a no trump auction. And of course, in this case, it is a jump anyway. You can use it when you have been bidding around and maybe the last natural bid was 2 no trump and you can jump to 4 clubs. That then should be taken as Gerber if your partnership has agreed to that. But in this instance, my bid is 4 clubs, and when my partner shows me 3 aces, I bid 6 diamonds, and it should be cold. It will make, this particular set of hands will make 6 no trump, but I don't know unless you are really good at cue bidding controls and forcing an auction here. And it's kind of hard to force an auction when the opener has limited his hand already. That's the other consideration. So when you are really trying to find this slam, don't try to get cute, because you end up confused in the auction. Gerber here is the perfect bid to use. It won't get you to 6 no trump, but it will get you to 6 diamonds, and 6 diamonds is a very good contract. If you have the bidding skills to get to 6 no trump, go for it. But not too many of us do.
Susan,
All right, now on this hand.
hey, Susan,
Yes.
before you move on, I think Gail had a question.
All right, go right ahead, Gail. Gail?
My question is basically on one, so we've passed that. So I can check with you later or go ahead and ask it now.
Well, no, that's all right. What was your question on number 1?
Should anybody be concerned about the fact that the opener West with his hearts doesn't have well, he has 2 of the top 3, but not 3 of the top 5.
Well, yeah, but he's in the first seat and 2 of the top 3.
Oh, first,
and
okay.
any vulnerability should be fine.
Okay, yeah, 2 of the top 3 is okay too, I guess.
Yeah, sure
Yeah.
it is. You bet.
Okay.
Yeah. All righty. Number 3. Here we have another week 2 opening. And of course, E says, oh, yeah, of course you're weak. Yeah, I was sitting over here getting ready to open 1 no trump. Well, I know you have 6 diamonds. We have a great diamond set over here. But I wonder if there wouldn't be a better spot. So what should East be thinking here? Should he be thinking about 5 diamonds? Maybe, right? Maybe. What's another contract he might be thinking about?
Three no. No.
3 no trump, sure. But what's his problem?
Hearts. Spades, I mean.
Spades. I believe his problem's in spades, yes. So what should he bid? What can he do to ask partner about? First off, does he have enough to bid here, or should he just pass?
He can bid.
Oh yes, absolutely he can bid. So what is his bid?
2 no, asking for a feature.
Sure. Does everybody play that 2 no trump asks for a feature here? If you don't, this is one time when 2 no trump is a forcing bid. You know, you've heard me say at least 1,000 times, 2 no trump is forward going, but never forcing. Following a week 2 opening, 2 no trump is forcing for 1 round. The responder has a good hand. If opener preempted in a minor, he's probably looking for a stop in an outside suit. Because he's interested in no trump, but if it's in a major, he may be interested in game in the major suit. You never know here. So what's the rule when he bids 2 no trump? How does he rebid here?
3 spades.
Well, that's right. 3 spades is the correct answer. What does he need to be able to bid 3 spades?
Ace or a king.
Ace or king.
King and an outside suit. And how many points does he need to have to do that? Would he do that if he were on a dead minimum? Say he didn't have the ace of spades in his hand and all he had was the king, queen of diamonds. What would he do?
Rebid diamonds.
He would rebid diamonds. Let's say he had the king of diamonds only and the king of spades. And that's all.
Rebid diamonds.
And he would still bid 3 diamonds. My point that I'm trying to get to here is that even if he has a feature, he doesn't show it unless he has 8, 9, or 10 high card points. With a minimum, if you have an outside feature to show, that means your suit is not very good, right? So when you are responding or rebidding following a feature inquiry, if you had a feature and you only have 5, 6, or 7 points, just rebid that suit. But in this case, West has 9 points and he has a fine suit in addition. So 3 spades is definitely a good call here. And now East knows that his partner has a spade stop for him. He hopes it's the ace, but he knows it's at least the king. So the opponents can't run the spades unless they lie very poorly for East and West. So he would be inclined to bid 3 no trump, wouldn't he? What if East had rebid 3 diamonds? Then what would West do?
Bid
Would he
5
bid
diamonds.
He might. If he just bids 3 diamonds, though, that means that partner's hand is either minimum, or if he had, let's change the hand up a little bit again. Instead of the ace of spades, what if he had the ace of diamonds? Ace, king, queen, 10, 7, 6, 5. No outside feature to show, but he's at the top of the range. So what should he do? What's his bid then? Anybody?
5 diamonds.
His rebid is 3 no trump.
3 no trump. Oh,
Three
yeah, of course. Yeah.
When he has a solid minor suit like that, and even if he had the ace, king, jack, I'd still be tempted to do it because that's 8 points. With all of the points there, I would be tempted to bid 3 no trump. That shows the solid suit. If I had an outside feature, I'd have opened 1, not 2, because my suit is that good. That's what the 3 no trump rebid means when you have used the feature. 2 no trump can also be used as August. That's another way that pairs have of asking preemptors about the quality of their week 2 bid. It gives information about not only the quality of the suit, but how good the hand is. It's a little bit more complicated and is not quite as commonly used. But I know some very fine players who have never played anything but the feature ask. And so if that's what you play and you like it, hang in there with it. It's a perfectly good bid.
We do have a couple people pointing out that the hands have 2 queens of diamonds.
Sorry. I may not have been awake when I did that. Oh, they do, don't they? Well, when I go back, I'll go in and correct that queen in the east hand to the jack, maybe. Yeah, he'll still have, let me see, he'll have 5, 12, 15. I'll give him the jack of spades or something like that, or maybe the jack of hearts, so that he'll have at least 16 points. You typically need to have about 16 points to use the feature ask. So, all right, number 4 here. West picks up this wonderful, beautiful hand here. Opens at 2 no trump, and look at the east hand. It doesn't have very many points in it, but it does have some nice major suits. What do you think he ought to do here? Is he going to bid? First off, he only has, 5 points. Is he going to bid?
Yes.
Oh,
Bid.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Diamonds.
So, what do you think?
2 diamonds to transfer.
Well, 2 diamonds is insufficient.
3 diamonds. I'm sorry.
You have to bid 3, but there's a better bid than that. Look at what happens if you bid. Do you want to play a 6-2 fit? I mean, if I were certain that hearts is the best contract, heart game is the best contract, I would just bid 4 diamonds, Texas transfer, and shut it off. right? Because I know my partner has at least 2 hearts. I know we have enough points for game. Why not just do that?
You mean just bid 3 no?
No, I mean, why not just bid Texas transfer, 4 diamonds, transferring to 4 hearts, and be done with it? I know there's enough for game, and I'm sure there's an 8-card heart set.
Well, there's, you might have a 4-4 spade fit.
Yes. We've
Look at-
talked several times lately about the advantage of the 4-4 major suit fit over the 5-3 or the 6-2. How can I find out? What's a better bid than 2 hearts? If I transfer to hearts, I'm never finding the spade fit.
Bid Stamen.
Yes, Stamen, exactly. Thank you, Cindy. Anytime you have at least 1 4-card major, unless it's really awful, and then you have a 4-card or longer major. If I'd made those both 4-card major suits, everybody would have known what to do, right? You bid Stamen and hope that partner can bid one of them. But with 5 hearts and 4 spades or 6 hearts and 4 spades, start with Stamen. You can set those hearts up for discards if you need to, but my goodness, that West hand is so good, you may not need to. But the advantage in playing the 4-4 fit is you can make either hand the shorthand. And of course, since the dummy is so unbalanced, that will be the short trump hand, and you'll be roughing losers in the dummy there. But you have the choice of which hand to make the master hand and which one to make the servant hand. And very often you can set up the suit that's 5-3 or 6-2 is also an 8-card fit, but is much longer on one side than the other for discards in the other hand when you need to. So 3 clubs will enable you to find 4 spades here. And I think you can see that you have a really good play for 4 spades. If hearts are the trump suit, you're going to have to limit your losses in hearts here. And you can't do that unless spades, it happens to be the trump suit. You can rough out a heart to try to set up this suit in the dummy, right? So that's the advantage of playing in the 4-4 spade set. Okay, let's move on to one now that's a 2-club opener. West opens 2 clubs.
Susan,
Yes.
Paula Johns in chat asked, is there enough points to bid Stamen on that last one?
You betcha. When West shows 20 high card points, you don't need but 4 or 5 points to bid Stamen. So this one is just fine. Remember, when the better West hand is, the fewer points you need to use some of these other conventions that we've been talking about. When partner opens 1 no trump showing 15 to 17, you need more to be able to play 2 no trump, for instance, if you don't find a major suit fit. But when partner opens 2 no trump, you're already at 20. So with 5 points and length and hearts, especially if you're playing a suit contract, you can make a number of tricks with that East hand. It's now notice what happens if West bids 3 diamonds over 3 clubs, denying a 4-card major. Then what should East do?
4 hearts.
4 hearts, yes. Does that wrong side the contract? Yes, it does. But you can learn Smolen if that worries you a lot. If it doesn't, just play 4 hearts by East. Smolen is used when there's been a Stamen inquiry and the opener has rebid diamonds. It enables the responding hand to show 2 major suits, one significantly longer than the other. It's a puppet type bid where you bid the shorter one and your partner knows that you actually have the other one. But this is not a lesson on Smolen today, but if you're interested in learning how to do that, look up the Smolen convention. Okay. West opens 2 clubs, East bids 2 diamonds. Notice that heart suit is not good enough to bid 2 hearts. There are 5 of them. But It's just not good enough. And I showed Wes rebidding 2 spades here. I would not rebid 2 spades with that hand. I would rebid 2 no trump with it. A 5-3-3-2 hand is balanced, and I favor no trump over a 5-card major. But the example that I found here showed 2 spades. What should East rebid here?
You know,
Well, he could bid 2 no trump.
I would pass.
You would pass 2 spades with 3 points, and your partner has at least 22.
3 hearts?
Yep.
Yeah, I think 3 hearts is a fine bid. The heart suit's not good enough to bid it instead of diamonds, but now East can bid hearts. And then West can bid either 3 no trump or 4 hearts, whichever he chooses. Notice how much easier it is if West rebids 2 no trump. Then East transfers to hearts and West bids 4. It's so much easier if he transfers or he rebids 2 no trump instead of 2 spades. Yeah, it's a 5-card suit, but you can find major suit fits when you rebid no trump with these big hands like this. So that's the reason I favor 2 no trump with a hand like number 5. Because when I have a hand like this, very often my partner has a hand like this one. And it makes it much easier to find the 5-3 heart set. When East rebids 3 hearts, he may have only 4 of them. All he's doing really is denying that he has spade support. So it's just way better from my viewpoint to rebid 2 no trump here, but that's my own bias. I bid no trump in favor or over a 5-card major suit. And I know there are a lot of people that do not do it that way, and that's fine. I do it that way because it works better for me. So,
Susan,
yes.
did you say that the 3 heart rebid by East could be made with just 4 hearts?
Yes, it could. We're in a forcing auction here. Or, I mean, I suppose with only 3 points, you could use the second negative. You don't have a control in your hand. Some of you may use the 2 hearts negative bid, in which case, if you do, East would bid 2 hearts here. The problem is that he actually has hearts in this case. But if you prefer to use the second negative here, then 3 clubs would be the bid saying, I don't have a control over here, partner. You have 1 more bid. You need to put it where you want it. So in that case, then that'll be up to West. But if he starts with 2 no trump, then we can transfer to hearts and end up in a known 8-card heart set with enough for game. Hopefully, I think you can see that 4 hearts is cold. And it's really hard to get there if West doesn't rebid 2 no trump. Now, you could have the agreement that a bid of 3 hearts here shows 5, but that will give you a problem in a lot of hands. It'll work on some, but it won't work on some of the others. So choose carefully.
If West does rebid 2 no trump instead of 2 spades, can East pass that?
He can, yes, but I wouldn't with 5 hearts and 3 points. When my partner rebids 2 no trump, he's showing me 22 to 24 high card points and a balanced hand. I have 3 points and then 1 for a spade doubleton if we can play hearts. He can pass 2 no trump, certainly. Because he doesn't know that West has 3 hearts in his hand. He's just looking at his hand saying, okay, if I transfer to hearts, my partner bids hearts, am I comfortable rebidding 3 no trump here? I have 3 points. My partner has at least 22. I don't have a surefire entry over here. So it's taking a chance when you transfer to hearts and then rebid 3 no trump, because that's what you have to do. You either have to transfer to hearts and pass, or you have to pass 2 no trump. If I'm going to pass, I would probably transfer to hearts and then pass, because that is safer for my partner. Remember how hard it is when one hand is very strong and the other one is weak. It can be really difficult to do that because you have to play that hand out of, West will have to play the hand out of his own hand. Notice he has no way to get to the other hand to take a finesse if he wants to, like to take a heart finesse. You're just going to have to lead toward the queen and hope that something good happens. So there's a lot to think about on this hand. Rather than pass 2 no trump, I would probably transfer to hearts and then make the decision. Do I rebid 3 no trump, or do I just pass 3 hearts? Bidder's choice. Kathy, do you have your hand up?
I do. Okay, I got a little lost on this one and I don't want to hold up class, so I'll go back and restudy it. But would you mind just telling us your favorite way to bid this?
Sure.
I mean, just so I can just write down.
Sure, you bet. It would be 2 clubs, 2 diamonds by East. I would rebid 2 no trump here by West, because that's a balanced hand with 22 to 24 points, and that 2 no trump rebid describes that perfectly. Remember,
Okay,
opener's job is to describe.
so you're saying the 2 spades that is printed would not be your first choice?
It is not my first choice. But
Okay, that's where I got confused.
I was not at the level of the person who gave this hand as an example.
Yeah, okay, that's why I got confused.
So I defer to my superiors here on this one. But I will admit, I would not bid 2 spades. I would bid 2
Okay.
no. And
then
would bid 3 diamonds, which is now a transfer to hearts. Systems are on over 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump. Statement and transfers are on. And then after my partner bids 3 hearts, then I'll have to sit and think for a minute. Am I going to bid 4 hearts? I probably am, because my hand is worth 4 points in support of hearts. I know my partner has 22 to 24. I've got a hand worth 4. It's not beautiful, but if we play hearts, if we can play hearts, partner can rough a spade to get over here, for one thing. At that point, I don't know, though, that my partner has 3 hearts. I just have to sit and think about what is the most likely thing. And in this case, you really don't have much to go on. All I know is there's probably enough for game. I'm just not sure which game is right. And if I want to play game, I have to rebid 3 no trump and then hope that my partner can bid 4 hearts. Okay?
okay, thank you. I'll go back and look at that one again.
All righty. Well,
That was tricky.
May confuse you a little bit more. I threw this one in because this is an example of a hand that is good enough to name a suit rather than bidding 2 diamonds. Notice if you use 2 hearts as negative, you don't have a choice here. You have to bid 2 diamonds. But this East-West pair uses 3 clubs for their second negative, or the cheaper minor, as it happens to be. So he bids 2 hearts, saying, oh, okay, partner. Well, I happen to have a nice hand with a good heart suit in it. What do you think? And Wes says, of course you bid hearts. I knew it. But he says, okay, 2 spades. I don't like your hearts, partner. I have spades. Well, what does East think about that? East thinks that's perfectly all right, doesn't he? He said, all right, I like that. So what does he bid here?
Or no trump?
I don't bid for no trump with the worthless doubleton and clubs myself.
We got a vote. for three spades in the chat going slow.
That seems eminently reasonable to me. Remember, when you are in a two club auction, three spades denotes a much stronger hand or a stronger hand than four spades does. The only problem with bidding for no trump here is if your partner shows you one key card, for instance, which is it? Is it spades or is it clubs? It's far more likely to be spades than clubs because that's the suit he rebid. Remember, when the answer to a question doesn't help you, don't ask the question. So in this case, I rebid three spades. That should be an indication to West that, hey, I have a good hand over here. I'm not just signing off in four here. Then after three spades, I mean, if I'm looking at that West hand and I know my partner has a good hand, he's already told me he has a good hand when he bid two hearts. He has 8 or more high card points, and that heart suit has 2 of the top 3 honors in it. Do I care? No, they're wasted values opposite my void. But he's also told me that he has spade support. I know that he has at least 8 or 9 points in his hand. And I have a real, I mean, I've got a tremendous number of points over here. So I am going to, rather than bidding for no trump, what's wrong with West bidding for no trump? Does that help him?
He has a void.
That's right. You don't use for no trump when you have a void for the same reason that you don't use it when you have a worthless doubleton and a side suit. If partner shows you one key card, you don't know which one it is. If it's the ace in the void suit, that's not helpful. So when you need to know specifically which aces your partner holds, instead of how many, you Q-bid slam control. So the next bid out of West's box ought to be 4 clubs. After East bids 3 spades, he would then bid 4 clubs, showing a control in clubs. And now all of a sudden he says, okay, good deal, Lucille. I like it. Then East can bid 4 diamonds, or he can now bid 4 no trump, because he knows that his partner has a control in clubs and you're not going to be off 2 fast tricks here, 2 fast losers. So they're going to be able to find their spade slam by using control showing Q bids. East can't go to 4 no trump directly because of the worthless doubleton, and West can't because of the void. There are ways of bidding slams when you have a void. And there are ways of showing voids when your partner bids for no trump. Those are really advanced bids and should probably be used only by pairs who are serious about the game and who are in a committed partnership. If anybody wants to know about it, I'll put together a lesson on exclusion and answering for no trump with a void. But unless you play all the time with only 1 or 2 people and both of you are in agreement that you want to use it, I don't recommend it. I had it on my card for years and it never came up. So I finally took it off. So let's move on to number 7 here. This time West opens 2 spades again. And East, here we have another hand that's 2 no trump. This guy has 17 high card points in it, and he's pretty much interested in a spade game. If his partner has some points, if he has 5 points, well, we're probably not going to make a spade game. But if he's up there around 9 or 10, it ought to be good. So what should West bid? He has a diamond control. Should he show it?
No.
Did I hear somebody say no?
Isn't 2 no trump, Jacoby 2 no? No, it's not. Sorry.
That's over. No, it is 2 no trump over a week 2 bid is asking for a feature. That's Jacoby 2 no trump over 1 spade, not 2 spades. So what should West bid? He has a feature. My question is, should he show it? Kathy, you're shaking your head. I can see you. You're absolutely right. He should not show it. The reason being his hand only has, well, only really 6 working high card points. That jack of clubs is worthless. So with only 6 high card points, this is an instance where he just rebids 3 spades, saying, bottom end here, partner. It's not good over here, not good at all. And I think you can see that there might be a play for 4 spades here, but you have to get the clubs right. And that it may work, it may not. But in any case, you have a spade, a diamond, and at least 1 club loser, and you may have 2 club losers, depending on where the ace of clubs lies. Now, if you want to bid 3 diamonds here, even though you only have 6 points, your partner is going to bid 4 spades. So, up to you. I personally, with that hand, would rebid 3 spades. So, number 8. Somebody said Jacoby 2 no trump a minute ago. Well, here we have an example of it. West opens a spade. East bids Jacoby 2 no trump, and East shows heart shortness at the 3 level. What should East do here? I think you can see that his hand is good enough that he had thoughts of slam, didn't he? When his partner opened 1 spade. Now that he's shown heart shortness, what do we think? Let me put it to you this way. Has the East hand gotten better or worse following that bid of 3 hearts?
Worse.
Worse, absolutely.
That's
Opposite shortness, you want the ace or you don't want anything. So he's got 4 of his points in the heart suit, and they're not the ace. That's a problem. He can't take care of the singleton over there. If partner has a void, well, that's another story, but the odds highly favor a singleton, not a void. So rather than proceed on towards slam, he should just bid 4 spades and go on about his business. As you can see, they're off 2 aces. And they stay out of trouble because East says, oh, my hand is not as good as I thought it was.
Ella has her hand up.
Yes, Ella.
Both the 2 no and the 3 hearts are alertable then?
Yes, ma'am. 2 no trump is not a 2 no trump. It's not a real no trump, and 3 hearts does not denote a real suit. So therefore, they must be alerted.
When you alert the 2 no, your partner would say,
Game going hand, 4 card trump support.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then when East alerts West 3 heart bid, he should just say shortness. Short suit. Okay, number 9. West opens 1 no trump, and it comes around to East. Look at this hand. What should he bid?
Six no trump.
I heard somebody say 6 no trump. How many points does East have here?
$17.
He has 17 points. Cindy and I were talking about that before the lesson. When you have 10 to 15, you just slap 3 no trump on the table. When you have 16 or 17, what is your bid?
For no trump.
4 no trump, yes. Particularly, now, if I had a 5 card suit in there, a 5-card major, I'd transfer first, and then I'd bid 4 no trump, inviting slam. But here I don't. I just have a 4-3-3-3 hand. And if I'm being honest, I'm going to look at that and say, my spot cards are not all that great. So I'm not going to bid 6 no trump here. I'm going to bid 4 no trump, saying, partner, if you're on the top, bid 6. Otherwise, please just pass. Well, West has 16 high card points, and he also has a pancake. So he's going to have to think about it some. I can see what? Let me see. 4, 7, 10. I can see 11 tricks. I will get 1 from diamonds, but I'm going to have a hard time getting a second one from diamonds unless they break 3-3. So this is not a great 6 no trump to be in. You're going to get 1 diamond trick, but in order to get a second one, the outstanding diamonds have to break 3-3. You don't have potential for another trick anywhere else. A 3-3 break is only a 36% chance. So this is basically a 36% slam, even though technically the points are there. It's because the hands are flat. There's no 5-card suit in it. If there were a 5-card suit, it'd be easy peasy. But that's just the way it happens sometimes. All right, this time, number 10, West opens a heart. East bids a spade here. Notice this is a little bit different. But East could have bid 2 no trump here also, right? I decided to put 1 in here with Jacoby 2 no trump and 1 without, because I know not everybody plays Jacoby 2 no trump. So in this instance, East bids a spade, but if you and your partner use the Jacoby forcing raise, your correct bid is 2 no trump here. What should West do after his partner bids a spade? Anybody have a thought?
Three hearts.
3 hearts? 6, 10. I'm showing this hand to be worth about 18 or 19 points here in support of hearts. I think that's a really heavy 3-heart bid. Anybody else have a thought? Well, I'll tell you what I would do. I would probably jump shift to 3 clubs. Yeah, I know it's only a 3-card suit, but that is permissible. And my partners and I have the understanding that when I do this in a minor suit, not to count on me for 4 of them. It just means that I have a good hand with no other really good bid. 3 hearts here seriously misstates the strength of this hand. I mean, I think this hand is worth easily 18 or 19 points. Missing the top two trumps, yeah, I can see that might be an issue, definitely. But if I bid 3 clubs or even 2 clubs, if you think this is a little bit light for 3 clubs, you can bid 2 clubs. That shows a hand of anywhere from about 12 to 18 points. So that's not horrible at all. And then what would East do after that? He has a good hand, doesn't he? He's got 13 points over here. What does he do now? It's easier if you start with Jacoby 2 no trump, isn't it? If you start with Jacoby 2 no trump, then West over here can rebid 3 hearts because he has 6 of them, and he has a hand that is more than a minimum. The 3-heart rebid following a Jacoby 2 no trump is perfect. but the hand is a little bit strong to rebid 3 hearts over 1 spade. I know I'm getting into areas of gray here, but I'm trying to emphasize that opener's job is to describe his hand as accurately as he possibly can. So if West rebids 2 hearts or even 3 hearts, what would East do after that? What do you think? Is he just going to shut it down at 4 hearts here? Depends on how West bids, doesn't it? That's why it's important for West to be accurate in his bidding. If I wanted to denote the strength that I think that West hand has, I would bid 3 clubs. That's a game force for most pairs. That's a jump shift showing a hand worth 18 or 19 all the way up to 21 that couldn't open or didn't want to open 2 no trump. I wouldn't open 2 no trump with a 6-card major in my hand. So if I do that, it makes it easy for East, doesn't it? East says, oh, okay, over 3 clubs, I'll bid 3 hearts. And let's see what we can figure out going from there. After that, bidding off the ace and king of trumps over here might put West off on asking a bit, but following that game force of 3 clubs, when partner rebids your suit at the 3 level, that should denote a good hand. If he bids 4, then West has a problem. He doesn't know whether to go on or not. But I think you can see this is a really, really good hand. They fit well together. And one of the points I wanted to make here is I'm going to bang the drum for Jacoby 2 no trump. Jacoby 2 no trump helps you identify big fits very quickly. And if East bids 2 no trump here, finding the slam is easy peasy. If he doesn't, you can see it's much more difficult for opener to describe his hand accurately. So if you will put in the effort to learn Jacoby 2 no trump, it can make bidding hands like this and finding these slams very much easier. The bidding sequence to find it without Jacoby 2 no trump is much more difficult, I think, than using it. And that makes it worth the effort. So, okay.
Roy has his hand up.
Pardon me?
Roy has his hand up.
Roy, yes, sir.
Susan, I am confused again. I thought a few lessons back that we decided that jump shift bids were to be considered weak.
Well, by responder, yes, but not by opener.
So openers' jump shifts are always strong.
Oh, yes. It is the hand of open 2 clubs, but it has only 1 loser too many, usually.
Okay, so all jump shifts by opener are strong. All jump shifts by responder are weak.
Yes, if that's your agreement. Some people still play the jump shifts by responders are strong. That is not the norm anymore, though. So, I mean, you can play it either way, Roy, but most modern bridge players play that jump shifts by responder are weak, but jump shifts by opener are generally 5 loser hands, and 2 club opener hands are generally 4 losers or fewer.
Okay, so on I guess we're agreed on the responder, and you have to get that commitment from your partner on whether the opener's jump shift is going to be considered strong or weak.
Yeah, well, it's got to be. I mean, if it's weak, he wouldn't have opened, right?
You still show 13 points, but a weak jump shift shows you don't have much more.
Well,
I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, Roy. I think there would be other ways to show that, but I'm right off the top of my head. Thinking
Yeah,
of-
just rebid your suit for the week.
Right, just rebid.
Minimum opener.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't think a 3-club option for this hand was possible. That's why I said you just got to go back to hearts. So I thought a jump shift by opener would be weak also, but that's not the case.
Jump shifts by opener are considered, they're still the 19 to 21 point unbalanced hands.
Okay, that clears that up. Thank you.
Good. All righty. Here's another 2-club opener. I've really got hung up on these today. West opens 2 clubs, East bids 2 diamonds. He rebids 2 no trump, and now what's East going to do? And he, I don't know about you, but when I get a hand like this and my partner opens 2 clubs, I'm just heart sick, because all his lovely hand is wasted because I have this really, really terrible hand. But what should East do here? Pass and hope that partner can make it? Not highly likely, is it? What should he do?
Transfer to spades.
Yes. You've got a 5-card spade suit, such as it is. But your partner will have a lot better chance of making a bid with spades as trumps than he will in no trump. At least he'll be able to get to your hand by, hopefully he has more than 2 clubs and he can ruff one of them and get over to your hand if he needs to take a finesse. And in this case, he does. He needs to lead toward those hard honors, doesn't he? So transferring to spades, no matter how bad your hand is, if you have a 5-card major suit in your hand, your partner opens 1 no trump, transfer and drop. That gives your partner the best opportunity to make the bid because he probably doesn't have much of one otherwise. All right, last one here. West opens a diamond. East bids 1 spade. Why did he bid 1 spade instead of 1 heart?
He has 5 spades.
He has 5.
Right. He has 5 spades and 4 hearts. And when that's the holding, you start with a spade. West says, oh, that's nice. 2 diamonds. And East says, well, 2 hearts. What do you think, partner? I have 5 spades and at least 4 hearts. Do we have a fit anywhere? So what does West rebid?
No trump.
Don't you have a known 8-card fit in spades? Since East bid spades first and then
4
hearts,
spades.
that shows 5 spades and 4 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So what should West bid here?
4 spades.
4 spades? He has 13 high card points and we have a fit. He has 2 doubletons. That would give him a hand worth about 15. I don't know whether my partner really hasn't given me any indication whether he has 6 to 9 points.
Wait a minute. Hmm.
Or whether he has 11 or 12. I mean, what do we know here? If I jump directly to 4 spades, what if my partner was thinking about slam exploration? I'm just taking all of his bidding space. He has 4 spades twice, but that's all you know. So if I'm West, I'm bidding 2 spades.
2 spades. That's what I wrote down.
My hand's worth 15 points. Why would I jump? I only jump if I have a hand worth at least 16. My hand isn't worth 16, and I don't know whether my partner has any diamonds or not, do I? I know 9 of his cards here at least. What if he's 5-5? Or what if he's 6-5 in spades and hearts? 4 spades is way too unilateral here. Way too unilateral. That may be where you end up, but you don't have the information to bid that right now. When you bid 2 spades, then if partner's a minimum, he can pass. But if he's better than that, he can either bid the game or he can invite or do whatever he thinks is best. He knows he has a singleton in your long suit. That's not necessarily an advantage. And in fact, if he's just sitting there looking at that little lonely 2, he's saying, well, if my partner doesn't have the ace, this is really not great at all. So as it happens, East has 12 high card points, does he not? Let me see, 7, 5, 12. Yeah, 12 high card points and 1 for length here. So he has a game going hand. So 4 spades is probably where he's going to end up.
Yes.
But notice that you've got a problem with some excess heart loser. You've got an excess club loser, and you have a spade loser. 4 spades is not going to be easy here. That's because the hands don't fit together all that well. And that's because we have a singleton and partners along suit over here. And we have 2 hearts that we need to rough out. I mean, you might be able to make 4 spades here, but it is not going to be the easiest thing you ever tried to play. That's for sure. Depends on where the missing honors lie. You've got at least 1 club loser and maybe 2. You've got 2 heart losers you'd like to rough out, but the problem is you can't rough out 3 losers here. You don't have enough trumps in the dummy, and you'd have to use the ace to rough. So this is going to be really hard to make 4 spades. But, you know, when the points are there, you want to be there. If the outstanding missing honors are lying right, everybody in the room is going to make the 4, and you want to be there if everybody else is. So that's part of the consideration. But it won't be easy. Won't be easy at all. All right. That's it for today, guys.
Hi, this is Susan. Thanks for watching this video today. Most of these videos come from our free bridge lessons that we present on Zoom every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you'd like to join us for those lessons, you can email us at the address shown below and we'll send you the link. If you can't attend the lessons, then feel free to subscribe to our channel and you'll be notified when there is a new one added. Again, thanks for stopping by and we hope to see you soon.